So what exactly are the core muscles? It's a really interesting topic because depending upon who you ask, you may get a different answer. Let's take a look at something for a second. Joseph Pilates would refer to the core muscles as anything that's involved in stabilizing the body from the pelvis up to the bottom of the rib cage and wrapped around 360 degrees. If you were to ask someone from the physical therapy or occupational therapy professions, they might respond, you know what, it's the intrinsic muscles, smaller muscles, stabilizing muscles like the transverse abdominals or the multifidi muscles that are along the vertebrae and the spine. Or if you're asking a fitness coach or athletic professional, they probably would respond to you any of the two combinations listed before. The interesting thing is when I work with people, I refer to anything and everything as it relates to stabilizing the spine depending upon what it is you're doing. So for example, I specialize in working with the over 50 population because what's important to them is that their everyday lives are impacted by their ability to move and move well. So when we talk about functional living and everyday tasks, these things are very important, especially to my clients as they age, because in their senior years, small things such as getting up off the couch, navigating around furniture, something as silly as it may sound, getting up off the toilet or getting out of the bathtub, these are going to be things impacted directly depending upon how strong your core is and how well maintained your body is. Okay, Tim, that's great, you may be thinking. Now that you've told me that, what next? How do I train them? The core muscles can be trained numerous ways, but it's more about functional movement patterns instead of very specific individual muscles. And the reason for that is because the body, when it moves, it doesn't isolate out individual muscles because the human body moves as one complete unit. So there are some muscles working harder or more involved than others, but then there's also synergizers or helpers to that particular muscle or muscle group that helps provide for bigger global movement patterns in general. So to train them, the goal is to try to stick as close to natural human movement as possible. What would that entail? Being on your hands and knees and transitioning to your feet, getting up from the seated position, turning from left to right, reaching down and picking up something in a diagonal pattern, squatting down and picking something up. All of these are different ways that you can take a look at training your core in addition to exercises that you probably already do. And the final one, and the most important, is going to be the benefits. You're probably thinking, what can I expect from paying attention to and deliberately working my core? Well, let's give you some of the big ones, which is going to be improving your sleep overall. It can also help reduce the chance of injury. It can also help train your cardiovascular system because with a well-conditioned and trained core, it will actually help you and teach you how to breathe properly while engaging these particular muscles instead of holding your breath or breathing erratically. And the most important one, which is as we age, it will help you continue to develop a well-functioning body well into your senior years. These are all really important aspects and benefits of training your core. So if you have more questions and you're interested in learning more about training core muscles, or if you need a little bit of help getting started, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email me or you can text me. And if you like the information that I've just put out to you, please don't forget to subscribe and to hit the like button. And if there's anyone that you know who could benefit from this information or from this YouTube channel, please share with them. Have a great Friday, great weekend, and we'll see you next week.